Another thing would be my personal statement. I would have to explain my GPA. It was not the greatest, but I was very involved when I was in school. So do you have any tips on that?
Well, so why was your GPA lower than it could have been?
I was a comms major. I was doing my third and fourth year of undergrad. I did about 4 different internships. On top of that, I was doing work study. I was working, and I was, going to school full time. I was also really involved in the community. I did a lot of community service. So I think that distracted me a lot from the actual studies, and I was focusing more on getting the experience that I wanted, just so that I could get a job right away. Yeah, and that, I'm not gonna lie, that did affect my grades a lot.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you could write a very brief addendum just explaining that and talking about how you learned from the process in terms of overextending yourself, getting too involved in extracurriculars and other activities when academics maybe should have been a higher priority. So that is something you could cover, but keep it really concise. They'll always tell you to write an addendum just because they want to get you off the phone, but you can, it's okay, but just keep it really brief. Okay. Keep it succinct, keep it short to the point. Don't make it a major focus of your application. There's so many other things that are positive that you could talk about instead.
So you would recommend maybe noting down all my achievements?
Well, that'll be on your resume. What I'm saying is,
yeah,
as an explanation of why your GPA was lower than it could have been, I would talk about how you devoted X hours per week to all these other things. Not that that was necessarily the right way to go on it, of course, because they're going to value GPA over most other things, except for the LSAT. But you could mention that briefly in a way just to show that you weren't like wasting your time, that you were doing something productive. It just wasn't, it just ended up being at the expense of your GPA.
That's right. That's right.
And they'll see on your resume all the great stuff that you did, and that'll certainly help there. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.